Hello and welcome back to Mr. English Easy. I'm Mr. James. Today we're going to learn how to think in English. Stop translating in your head. If you've ever had a conversation in English and there was a pause, a long, awkward pause, while your brain was busy translating from your language into English and then translating your answer back, you are not alone. Almost every English learner does this. And today, we are going to fix that. By the end of this lesson, you will understand exactly why translating in your head is slowing you down. And you will learn 3 simple techniques to start thinking directly in English. Your English will feel faster, it will feel lighter, and most importantly, it will feel more natural. So relax, grab a cup of tea or coffee if you'd like, and let's begin. Let me ask you something. When you see a cat, a real cat, walking across the street, what happens in your brain? Do you think of the word in your own language first and then translate it to cat? Or do you just see the cat and the word cat appears immediately? For most beginners, there's a delay. You see the cat, your brain says the word in your first language, and then it searches for the English word. This little delay happens hundreds of times in a conversation, and all those little delays add up to big pauses, nervousness, and lost confidence. Today, we're going to shorten that delay. Little by little, we're going to train your brain to connect images and ideas directly to English words. No translation needed. Let's start with something easy. I want you to look around the room you're in right now. Find something simple, like a chair, a window, or a cup. Got it? Good. Now, don't think about the word in your language. Just look at the object and say the English word out loud. Ready? Say it with me. Chair, window, cup. Excellent. That's exactly the skill we are building today. You looked at something real and English came out. No translation in the middle. Let me tell you a quick story. I once had a student named Elena. Elena studied English grammar for years. She could explain the difference between the past simple and the present perfect better than most teachers. But when she tried to speak, she would freeze. Why? Because in her head, she was writing a full sentence in her own language first, checking the grammar rules, and then translating it word by word into English. By the time she finished, the conversation had already moved on. Told Elena, stop building sentences in your head like a bridge from one language to another. Instead, build small pictures and describe the picture directly in English. This is the secret. Thinking in English is not about translating faster. It's about skipping translation completely. Here is how we train this. Throughout your day, describe what you're doing, silently or quietly, in simple English, not perfect English, simple English. For example, when you're making coffee, you can think, I'm pouring the water, it's hot, I'm adding sugar. You don't need complicated grammar. You just need direct connection between the action and the English words. Let's practice this together right now. Imagine you're opening a door. Repeat after me. I'm opening the door. Say it with me. I'm opening the door. Great job. Now imagine you're closing your laptop. Say it with me. I'm closing my laptop. Now let's move on to the second technique. Technique 2. Think in questions. One reason people translate is because they're trying to form a perfect sentence, but real thinking is faster and messier. Try thinking in short questions instead. For example, instead of building a long sentence like, I wonder what time the meeting will start today, just think, what time? Meeting? Today? This might feel strange at first, but it trains your brain to work in small English chunks. The same way native speakers process language, in pieces, not full sentences. Let's practice. Imagine you're wondering if it will rain. Repeat after me. Rain today. Say it with me. Rain today. Excellent. Short, simple, direct. Here's something important. When you don't know a word in English, don't stop to translate it. Replace it with a simpler word or a description. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, the thing you use when it rains. This keeps your thinking moving forward in English, instead of stopping and searching your first language. Let's try this. What if you forget the word microwave? Try describing it instead. Pause the video and say your description out loud. Great! Maybe you said something like, the machine that heats food quickly. Perfect example of replacing instead of translating. Let's look closely at 5 important words from today's lesson. Word 1. Translate, meaning, to change words from one language into another. Simple explanation, when your brain takes a word in your language and turns it into English. Example sentence, I used to translate every sentence before speaking. Repeat after me. Translate. Pronunciation tip. The stress is on the second part. Translate. Word 2. Narrate, meaning, to describe or tell what is happening. Simple explanation, talking about an action while it happens, like a quiet story in your head. Example sentence. I narrate my actions in English every morning. Repeat after me. Narrate. Pronunciation tip. Stress on the second syllable. Narrate. Word 3. Delay, meaning a pause, or a moment when something is late. Simple explanation. The gap of time between two things. Example sentence. There was a short delay before she answered. Repeat after me. Delay. Pronunciation tip. It rhymes with today. Delay. Word 4. Replace. Meaning, to use something instead of something else. Simple explanations. Swapping one word for another, easier word. Example sentence. I replace the difficult word with a simple description. Repeat after me. Replace. Pronunciation tip. Stress on the second part. Replace. Word 5. Chunk. Meaning a small piece or part of something. Simple explanations. A short group of words instead of a full sentence. Example sentence. Native speakers think in chunks, not full sentences. Repeat after me. Chunk. Pronunciation tip. Short and firm. One strong sound. Chunk. Speaking practice. Let's practice speaking out loud. I'll give you a situation. You describe it directly in English without translating. Situation 1. You're walking your dog in the park. Pause the video and describe it in 3 simple sentences. Situation 2. You're cooking dinner. Pause the video and narrate what you're doing. Situation 3. You forgot the word for hair dryer. Practice replacing it with a description instead. Pause and try now. Wonderful. Every time you do this, you are training your brain to skip translation and go straight to English. Listening practice. Now let's do a short listening exercise. Listen carefully to this short story, and then I'll ask you 2 questions. Every morning, Maria wakes up early. She opens the window and looks outside. The sky is gray today, she thinks. Maybe rain later. She makes tea and starts her day. Question 1. What does Maria do first in the morning? Question 2. What does she think about the sky? Pause the video and answer both questions out loud in English. Great listening. You noticed Maria opens the window first, and she thinks about rain because the sky is gray. Notice something interesting. Maria didn't think a full sentence. She thought, Maybe rain later. Short, direct, chunked English. That's exactly our goal today. Pronunciation practice. Let's work on a tricky sound today, the tish sound in words like think, through, and thought. Put your tongue lightly between your teeth and blow air gently. Let's go slowly first. Tweeze, tweeze, tweeze. Now let's say the full word slowly. Think. Say it with me. Think. Now at natural speed, think. One more time. Natural speed, think. Let's try another word, slowly. Dies, ought. Now the full word, thought. Say it with me. Thought. Excellent work. This sound takes practice, so don't worry if it feels strange in your mouth. Keep practicing daily. Let's look at a few common mistakes learners make when trying to think in English. Wrong. Trying to translate every single word perfectly before speaking. Correct. Speaking in simple chunks, even if a word is missing. Why? Because perfect translation takes too much time, and conversations move quickly. Simple and fast is better than perfect and slow. Wrong. Staying silent when you don't know a word. Correct. Describing the idea using simpler words. Why? Communication continues, even without the exact word. This keeps your confidence strong. Wrong. Only practicing English during lessons. Correct. Practicing small English thoughts throughout your entire day. Why? Thinking in English is a habit. Habits grow through small, repeated practice, not just during lesson time. Let's quickly review what we've learned so far. We learned that translating creates delay. We learned 3 techniques: narrating your day, thinking in questions, and replacing difficult words instead of translating them. We also practiced 5 new vocabulary words, and we worked on the TH sound. Quick question: what should you do when you forget an English word? That's right, replace it with a simple description instead of stopping to translate. Let's test what you've learned with a quick quiz. Answer each question out loud. Speaking question. Describe what you're doing right now in one simple English sentence. Vocabulary challenge. What does the word narrate mean? Say your answer out loud. Listening challenge. In Maria's story, what did she make in the morning? Say your answer out loud. Pronunciation challenge. Say the word thought 3 times, slowly and clearly. Wonderful job! You're building real, active English skills today, not just memorizing rules. Let's bring everything together. Today, we learned how to think directly in English instead of translating in your head. We practiced narrating daily actions, thinking in short questions, and replacing unknown words with simple descriptions. We reviewed 5 new vocabulary words: translate, narrate, delay, replace, and chunk. And we practiced the TH sound together. I want you to remember something important. Thinking in English does not happen overnight. It happens through small, daily practice. Every time you narrate your actions, every time you replace a word instead of freezing, you are training your brain a little more. Mistakes are completely normal. Every fluent speaker you admire once struggled with this exact same challenge. The difference between them and where you are now is simply practice, repeated over time. You are already doing the work by watching this lesson. Be proud of that. Here is your homework for today. Speaking task. Choose 10 minutes today and narrate everything you do during that time out loud in simple English. Writing task. Write 5 short sentences describing your morning routine using simple English without translating from your language. Try to practice this every single day. Even 5 minutes of daily practice will build strong, natural habits over time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really proud of the work you did in this lesson. Remember, thinking in English is a skill, and like any skill, it grows stronger with practice. If you enjoyed today's lesson, make sure to watch another lesson here on Mr. English Easy. I have more lessons ready to help you speak with confidence and think naturally in English. I'm Mr. James, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep practicing, keep going, and I'll talk to you soon.